very, very self-explanatory. And if you are living in Abia or someone from Abia, this program definitely you have more say because if you get it right here, that means we have done one. The second one will be to get Nigeria working again. But we must start from home. After all, they say charity begins from home.
All right, Sam. At the moment, things are not. Things are no longer funny.
Not at all.
The expression out there is something else. If you would agree with me completely,
Sure.
I know where I come from every day to the office. I know the level of interaction I engaged in day to day, and also I saw a different atmosphere between yesterday evening and this morning. People are panting on the road. How much is this? Where you were collecting, you were paying 250, 200. This morning, just step out. You'll be surprised that the tricycle driver would demand above the usual amount you have been paying.
Yeah.
And this is just on transportation. Let us move down to a market. And we are tying all these things, these reasons to the removal of fuel subsidy. Let us not forget that last year also, the moment the president pronounced the removal of fuel subsidy, after a few months, yes, he met with the state governors. Okay, how do we manage this? Which rather clearly showed then that he never had any plans. He never had preparations for the removal of subsidy. It was just to come up and then announce it, which I believe it was not even imprinted in what was presented to him as a speech for that day. But he met with the state governors across the state in Nigeria Federation, saying that how do we handle these things? Because of this, I will dole out certain amounts for you. Where he talked about, if you can remember clearly, about 5 billion naira each for each governor of the states. And then some state 30,000 bags of rice, or 40,000 bags of rice, and 50,000 bags of rice. Of course, Abia State benefited. I don't know if they have made the other side of the payment. I can remember, was it about 2 billion naira that was given to the Abia State governor. So this morning, we want to take our mind back to what happened last year and tying it down with the current situation at the moment. People no longer feed well.
Yeah.
In Abia State, I can say for sure, I saw something this morning, I almost cried. As a woman was lamenting, does it mean that I will not meet up with my time again at the office? She stood there because of what? Perhaps she didn't have the money. She planned that, okay, this is what I usually pay. And this amount will take me to my office and all of that. Meanwhile, during the, we just concluded Valentine last week. Our correspondents and reporters were out there trying to find out what the people have been going through. People even went as far as saying that with the way things are going, we don't know if festive activities would be actually observed or recognized this year, given the conditions of things at the moment in our dear country. We'll take a listen first, or we'll take a listen rather to what's transpired during that period in Abia State, and putting it in perspective, what would happen from now. Then when we return, we'll take analysis on this issue. Remember that the state governor was given about 2 billion naira as a palliative, and about how many bags of rice also. We address all this issue this morning on Abia 360. But first, let us listen to this.
Abia have expressed their worries and concerns regarding the continuous rise of food prices, especially with the Easter celebration around the corner. Speaking with Rapid FM, a butcher expressed his concerns regarding the prices of foodstuffs, especially now that the Easter season is fast approaching.
The prices of things, convincing your customers to buy at the new price is a big challenge. And you also, something that you used to buy half of the price, you are now buying it times 2, times 3 of the price. I still wonder if celebration these days will matter. You're talking about Easter. The majority that has not even seen anything in comfortable 3 square meters. What are they celebrating? Talking about buying and selling now. If you enter the market, you see that nothing is happening. Before you enter the market with 300,000, you know the kind of party you're going to throw. But now, 300,000, you are going to enjoy it here and your family.
A food seller who identified herself as Madam Kate lamented on the price hike in purchasing ingredients required for her business and the challenges she goes through while telling her returning customers different prices every day.
The price of things don't go high. Soap what they buy, even meat don't be expensive for market. Vegetable, you get as you go do say before I go come cook am. Sometimes if customer go do guy, no go great chop, you go spoil. So as I they try to sell to my customers, they beg them say I beg you, and like this you don't do. Then they they understand with me because say they sell plate of food 500 naira. Now I can't tell them say plate of food na 600 naira. Plenty people then they complain. Things they very expensive, oh. Very, very expensive. They small 200 naira, 100 naira, 50 naira. Oh, they try gather for. Things don't increase. A cup of garina na 150. But yet customer go still dey wait. They expect me say make I give them the same quantity of gari we in the chop with soup like the other time.
A Nigerian student also expressed his disappointment with the way prices are going up, noting that there is a need for quick intervention as the development is becoming a burden to the average man.
Because right now, the bag of rice that was sold for, let's say 50-something K in December is now 70-something thousand naira. That's too alarming. If I can afford one bag of rice, I could just go for a paint or two, just for myself and few loved ones thereabouts. Personally, I don't intend to spend above my budget.
I am Emanuela Ubuako, reporting for Rapid FM News.
All right, that was sometime last week, Sam. And then at the moment, we've not gotten the report if the other tranche of the palliative fund has been given to the 36 state governors yet, apart from that one that was done before. Remember that the moment they finished that meeting that day, this governor came up. That should be either Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State that came to disclose that governors are expected to procure about 100,000 bags of rice, 14,000 bags of maize and fertilizers, adding to the 5 trucks of rice given to each state government. We cannot say for sure. In Abia State, we understood then that it was shared accordingly. But now, after fuel subsidy removal, do you know that the effect has been seen on the allocation to state governors? We are pointing at the administration at the national level and all of that. Down here in our state, people are crying. What has been done so far? Let me have your own impression on this issue first. It's better for us to visit this issue again.
Definitely, it's important because things keep getting harder and more difficult for the people. And in as much as someone has said, well, they are yet to see protests coming from the east. But I think I can remember.
Even at that, I told Agoya that day, that shouldn't be the reason people should stop saying that things are not difficult. We see what is happening in this region.
So even said something that I actually wanted to chip in. He said that others should even copy from the South. That Southeast has been protesting for so long. This is at home because of Nnamdi Kanu and other ways. They don't take to the street, but just like if you open the phone lines right now, people use their airtime to call in. For me, that's a big protest. To call in and to air their views. To say, no, get these things right. Let this thing be done this way so that people will feel better. I think that should be the biggest protest. No, in Southeast we protest we have a way of protesting, and when we actually call upon the government to do something by making calls, calling into radio programs, I mean, it's another beautiful protest. So maybe going to the street is something we don't do, but we have another way of protesting. So when they say we don't protest, we do our own, they do theirs. Now coming back, to the money that the federal government actually, gave to the state, 2 billion naira sounds big. But is it enough? Now, if they say Abia,
when you say whether is it enough, is it that they can't start something with that amount that would affect the people's life at the end of the day positively?
Now, the state government said they will invest in transportation. That's what they said they will invest this money into. Now, you want to look at it from which angle now? Because I wanted to hear more. If you're investing into transportation, how are you going to pay for these tricycles, the commercial bus owners in Abia State to go to a filling station and buy fuel for free, so that they will carry us buy fuel cheaper so that the transportation will be subsidized? Because I don't know. Or are you going to buy buses for people to enter freely if they are going to places that we have not seen yet? So for me, 2 billion naira, how to invest it might be the problem. Now, if it is the rice that we got, if it is one I had, my former radio station that I was in a place from Isukwato, they said they got the rice. Okay. But there was a problem. That the problem was that the people that brought the rice said that that on air, on radio, that it was said that those that brings the rice will have a share. Now, for example, that community got 5 bags. And inside the 5 bags, the people that brought the rice took 1 bag. Now left them with 4 bags for the crowd to share. Now, at the end of the day, the crowd was like, no, we are not going to share 4 bags of rice. It must be complete. And that was how that one was abandoned. Another thing was that, using the town criers to tell the communities, to the citizens in that environment, that they should come with 200 naira for them to get their, rice. I was like, no. They call in my program. I was like, no, you can't. There is no way that was actually said. So if that's the rice, that means it has been shared. And to be frank, not all got the rice. That means the palliative for me has come and gone. But at this time, that's when this palliative should have been helping the people. 2 billion naira, you said you invest it into transportation. We did not see that. I did not see the effect.
But Sam, it marvels me to be sincere.
If that's where it was actually,
the government has to be open invested to the people. Yes. Remember that whenever it's electioneering period, they come preach sermons, give you impression that would deliver from time to time. But we cannot sweep this issue under the carpet. No, it's not possible at this point. Nigerians are going through a lot at the moment, even Abians. Only if certain persons will be sincere with the reality of things in the state at the moment. The situation, the government, I can remember, had come up to say that the 2 billion naira would be invested into the transportation sector. As you stated out, is it in the area of subsidizing petroleum products at filling stations?
Exactly.
Do you know my concern here? The government has not said anything
about that.
No roadmap, know where you have started and where we have gotten to and where we'll be getting to any moment from now. This is a problem. And then the people are still crying at the end of the day.
Definitely. A big problem, actually. And the man that said it, not the governor, actually, the commissioner for information.
He represents the government.
He represents the government, and I wish he's actually around. What's his name right now? So that
Prince
Kano made this statement that was last year. And I keep saying, if they actually invested in transportation and shared the rice, that means we have exhausted whatever palliative that the federal government gave to us. But now, this is just like when you ate your food. Maybe you are not that hungry, then you finish eating your food. Then when the hunger sets in, you have nothing to eat again. I just wish the Abia State government will come up again, to clear the air. The 2 billion naira, like I said, it sounds so 2 billion naira.
What's wrong for government for government to come up to say, my people, we are following up, these are the processes or the procedures involved in this thing. From time to time, you communicate the people so that we understand and know where you have gotten to. Otherwise, these issues will not be coming up.
Definitely.
It's a big concern, Sam.
It's confusing right now. He disclosed that each ward would get, now let me go there, how they said the rice was going to be shared. They say each ward will get 90 bags. I think that 55 bags had already been given to each of the 184 wards, while the remaining 35 bags, that means this rice had been shared. Ben Moses, this rice has been shared. So
already, I'm aware of this.
The rice don't have any rice now. I'm not speaking for them, but this is what the information was like. We are done with the rice. Now, if the 2 billion naira was also invested in transportation, how? That's the explanation.
How did you go about it?
Invested? That's the governor of a state won't do it alone. That is why I will always tell any governor, any government, any head, to make sure you have the people that will work with you come up with information. See, just like federal level, Minister for Information or Minister of Information, they don't, in Nigeria, I can't say that we have really gotten them. The people that, will come up to analyze this thing. Because here in Abia State now, for example, the Commissioner for Information is owing us a lot of explanation. Because you are the one that came out to say 2 billion naira will be invested in transportation, and
that was why when you said that it was the Commissioner of Information that said it, and I said he represents the government.
People. Now, at this point right now, we know Alex Oti might not be in that position to come to talk to us. That's why you have a commissioner. What is that man doing? Okay, Kano, what are you doing? We want explanation of how these things were actually. But if we still have the 2 billion, invest it now. This is where we want the investment to be done.
And keeping quiet about this is not interesting at all.
If we still have more rice, bring it out now. But if we don't have them, you explain. Then, if there is something that the state will do on their own to make sure that Abians will not feel the pain too much, you come up with that. Because just like what you said, look at the man.
Sam, let me remind you. Let me remind you. There are states in the southwest region and even south who have come up to say, okay, these are the measures we are putting in place.
That's what we
mean
want.
That they are concerned about the feelings of the people at the grassroots. Okay, we have doubled the amounts of this thing that you collect. Okay, we have transport units that we have taken care of in certain way. It's been happening in other states, but in Abia State, we are saying this. The people are going through a lot at the moment.
Definitely, people are going through a lot, and I'm from Abia State actually. In case you're listening, and the state government or those working, this is a guy from Isi Alangwa, not in Abia State. So if at all, I want to make sure that Abia will be better. So it's coming from the positive side. So let us be very, very sincere to ourselves. The explanation is not okay for me. Yes, we must give kudos to the governor, building of roads. He has done other things. His attention must also be, brought to this part. And who are these people that will bring the attention? The people he must have actually called to, work with him. No, not even for him now. He's not the owner of the state, but that's working with him. That's his team. So I call on the commissioner for information again. Okay, Kano, you need to come up on air. Maybe come on Rapid FM. We are here. You want to use our platform? Talk to Abians. What we need to know
about
is how the money was spent and how the rice was actually given. So that we'll know, okay, we don't have anything
talking about
again,
the rice. If I can remember clearly, there was this insinuation or uproar around how it was shared across the communities.
It was something else.
They used party words and all of that to share the rice and all of that. But we'll try to find out more around the issue of this palliative. Has it been affecting the people down here, the grassroots? In other states, what's been happening down here in Abia State, where we are at the moment? What can we say about it? But that will be after this break. Remember that this is Abia 360. Despite your divide, despite where you belong to, despite your political and ethnic affiliation, we must contribute to have a better Abia State. That's why we are bringing up this issue. And also, we apologize for kicking off behind schedule because we had to handle a technical issue. Let us have your thoughts after this break.
Are you missing out on interviews, music, entertainment, thought-provoking discussions, and more? Don't sweat it, man. We've got you covered. No matter where you are, be part of the action 24/7, online and live with Rapid 96.5 FM at Rapid 965 FM on YouTube and Facebook. Catch the pulse of Abia State with Rapid 96.5 FM Umuahia, the sound of your city.
Peace is actually a process, and don't forget that safety and security don't just happen. They are achieved as a result of individual and collective agreement, proactiveness, collaboration, and public investment. It could further be achieved through self-awareness of your desired contribution to a safe and conducive society. Our children and fellow compatriots deserve a life free of violence, threats, fear, and destruction. Join Rapid 96.5 FM on Security Talks every Monday from 10 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. for security analysis of major development, security reports and awareness, as well as guides for the safety of our society. Security Talks, promoting a conducive and peaceful environment for development.
Knowing your rights can help you identify situations of discrimination, violation of rights, abuse of power, and provide you guidance to take certain actions within the law. These rights are at the core of our democracy, and the law allows for actions when violated. The people and the law gives you insights on your fundamental human rights. Rights you should know and how to react if violated using the law. The People and the Law comes up every Wednesday by 10 a.m. only on Rapid 96.5 FM Umuahia for enlightenment and awareness of your rights.
Abia is our own pride. From Abia North down to Abia Central and to Abia South, we all live as people in God's own state. Despite our political and ethnic affiliations, we must continue to build our state. Abia 360 brings you up to speed with the political, economic, cultural, infrastructural, and all-round developments in Abia State. Every Tuesday by 10 a.m. only on Rapid 96.5 FM Umuahia. Abia 360, building our desired Abia State.
You're welcome back to Abia 360 on Rapid 96.5 FM, the sound of your city. This morning we are revisiting the palliative measures that the federal government at the time issued out, because it went across the state governments of the federation. Abia State benefited in one way, but we've not heard yet if the other tranche has been given yet. Talking about the 3 billion naira out of the 5 billion naira. This morning we are X-raying, given the current conditions and situations we have found ourselves. If you will be true about today's situation, you would want to align with what we are discussing. But despite wherever you are standing on this morning, let us accept the reality. If you want to paint it anyhow, you feel it should suit you, it's not a problem at all. But remember that the people, if you are not going through what others are going through, doesn't mean that it is not affecting other persons. But there are persons who would have even taken the position, Sam, to say that talking about 2 billion naira, people would have still shouted that yet this and that and all of those things. What about this angle? We'll have these views and opinions that, okay, let us assume that the 2 billion naira was used. Does it mean that this current situation would not have been there, or would not have been experiencing this current situation?
Like I said, if the money was actually invested in transportation, then that means it has been used. But I wish they kept the money.
Am I sure that it was actually invested?
That is
or
the
it's
problem.
been invested yet?
That is the problem. That is what we want to hear as Abians. And good to know that aside the Commissioner for Information, we have someone else who should actually do even better than the Commissioner for Information, because we have a special advisor to the governor on policies and intervention. Like I said, Oti came in there and assembled teams that will work with him. You want to look at, you are now the special advisor to the governor on policies. Now, the policies that we actually bring up to solve issues, and also interventions, especially this period that things are getting difficult. Now, you are the special advisor on to the governor on this. You go to the governor, see, this is something we need to do.
What effort have you been showing?
This is what we need to do. And his name is a Reverend Father. That means he's actually closer to the people. Because here in Nigeria, here in Abia State, we are too religious that we go to churches every Sunday and also other church activities.
Not just in Abia State. In other states too, people go to church.
We are talking Abia now. Now, just imagine this Reverend Father. There is no way you will not say that church that you actually lead, that you don't have poor people there, you don't have people complaining. Reverend Father Christian Anokuru, what are you doing as the special advisor to the governor of this state, Alex Oti, on policies and interventions? We have people that should be talking, we have people that should be walking, we have them there, they are being paid. What are they doing? Commissioner for Information should be there to at least explain to us after the activities of whatever they have actually done. Then having a special advisor. Okay, the governor, like I said, he won't see everything at the same time. He won't be at everywhere at the same time. But when you have these people around,
you expect things to be falling out, to be rolling out positively.
If Reverend Father Christian Anokuru hasn't done his job as a special advisor on policies and interventions, that means, for me, we have people failing in their positions as far as this state is concerned. Because go to the street, people are complaining. You listen to the radio, people are complaining. You watch television, you will see people complaining. And we have people that we pay to do the work.
All right.
Our problem is big.
There is another angle to this, Sam, but we'll get to find that from you. Let's bring in our listener at this point. The program is interactive. How has it been going around you? Let's just be sincere this morning, given the current situation. 09160,000 965 09160 333 965. Call in and then let us interact. Talking about special advice. Okay, the call is here. Let's get to hear from him. A very good morning to you and welcome to the program. You're welcome, sir.
excellent is my name.
Right, excellent.
Yes. Well, I don't know when a man has eczema on his body, they say that man is sick. But when a woman has eczema on her body, they say it's skin reaction. I don't understand. You don't need any prophet to prophesy to that things that happen. Okay, now, if you pay your son $2 million to start a business, and now you shop for $1 million, and he's still bringing more goods. This is the asking why he is doing that $2 million against him. I don't know. That is what this is. That's the opposition. If man is doing mostly well, it's not want to praise him. But people know. And the people and the people, they give them back up. They say it's about football back. They didn't even stop them and leave them for doing eczema. All those things they did to us. It's what we are passing through in other states. I'm telling you, because we know. Produce GDP is more than what we are passing through now. Because this people are passing through like something. Any problem that is not a problem. This is something removal and things that we touch now, things will still normalize. They don't treat it. The troubles are told us not to cry. They eat their own and eat our own. They push us and tell us where we fall. Everyone will think that we will cry. The tendency for us is to our cry. We want to cry, we tell us, they say we tremble. But still, the only thing is that the bottle has been removed from the house. Literally, even those people are taking people now, they internally have not had those things there. That's the thing is, there's something like 16 years. You just 16 years, but there's no 16 years. 8 years and 8 years and 9 new person. For every generation, there must be a generation. Who is the generation for that? That is something. I don't know why they're limiting the book of Lamentation. Anything will not be explained there. Again, let me talk my prophecy. I like that prophecy. That's where they're passing through this. They say the book needs no position. What are they lamenting now? Somebody will call and say, it's something. Lord, come on. Because that is why my brother, Yeroba, say, let's just go and walk. You're not going to depend on the monthly system. That's actually a lot of getting that. I tell you what, people that died on their work are more the people that killed by Boko Haram, having that deathbed. That's not the truth.
All right, excellent.
I don't understand. That is the fight for life. That is the fight for life. Complete of my prophecy. I like that and prophesy. They will only fix them with this is that.
All right, excellent.
And if we make it, they will listen. And when they heard it, Lord, come on. This man is the Messiah for them. You know that.
All right, excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. We appreciate your contribution. 09160,000 965 09160 333 965. A very good morning to you and welcome to the program.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, Ben.
Good morning, sir.
I want to congratulate you, especially thank you for the prolific system you adopted of bringing people that actually matter, politically, economically, time and time again on this radio station. Rapid FM, you're rapidly taking us to a whole new level. I want to congratulate you on that, especially for us. This morning we had the privilege of seeing hearing from Shore, and I have my respects for that man. He is a patriot. It's not about the political region you belong, the ethnic region, the religious region, but it's because of it. He's a man on a cross. Sorry, on a cross to see that things there's a future for these children that you find in college and all those places. Now, I wanted to highlight from two things that happened this morning. I had a respondent mention it's hopeless, my brother, and then you quickly swung in and said, no, it's there is still light. And when I'm in my mid-50s, almost mid-50s.
Okay.
I've spent that time in Nigeria. I've still yet to get to that light at that time. I mean, if you listen to Shower just clearly kind of aligned it. Same thing that the professor you brought last week, Dr. Tom was here last week, that tells you that I'm an adept listener and I'm trying to fix this as a puzzle. I see these things are all interlinked together. And if we don't wake up with this revolutionary attitude, I'm glad the West have decided to see what the East saw. Probably what Atiku saw, because just like you said in the morning, I Atiku was the next best option. I mean, you could feel it in the atmosphere that this time you slip away from the real thing. But today we have cartels running us. It's the worst thing that can happen to us. I mean, no disrespect, but the APC is a disaster. It's not about the PDP, but take the inception of this party, take the core influence, take what President Tommy told you. But when the time they found out that this council party they had formed, thinking they were trying to oust Jonathan, but at the end of the day, how did we end up? Now, we just upgraded from hell to hellfire. The next one is called volcanic furnace fire. I mean, check out molten lava situation. But one thing is clear. Like I told Agoyan last week, I told Agoyan that listening to my brother, that we are brewing for more than issue. You think it will not happen? Those boys did not just go overnight and burn the flag. It's just a matter of time. Until the president decides to wake up to the reality that this is not a game. This is not your personal property. He's using the ticket of Nigerians to govern. It is not his personal property. Then we can find lasting peace and solutions. But you continue to trample on people that will get things right in this country.
All right, run of your points.
All
right. All right, thank you so much. We appreciate your contribution. We're still taking your opinion on this issue. Sam, it's another part of consideration, given what's been happening, that there is a shift talking about the allocation to state governors since the removal of your subsidy.
Yeah.
And another issue here, aside the palliative, our governors across the 36 states of the Federation are actually sincere with the reality of things. We are still discussing Abia.
Definitely.
Please let us not forget. I feel that given this angle, okay, there is a way they can come in. We have allocations inflated from what it was usually pegged at to a different figure altogether. Is it not possible, or you mentioned a special advisor on policies and interventions, for them to come in this direction to say, okay, since we have more money, we can assuage this situation with what we've got in? Would it be very, very uncalled for if they take up that decision?
I don't. Actually, politicians even use it to whom more is given, more is expected.
I'm not exempting the Abia State governor.
Yes.
He is included. He is clearly included in this issue.
If you can't talk about governors right now without including Abia, alphabetically we are top.
Abia, because we've not heard anything. Okay, we can go to market and then say, okay, price of things should be this way. I know they don't control the prices of commodities at the market. I'm aware of that.
Yes, for now. So at this point, it is for me. I don't know. Let me know. I think using the word failure would be so hard on them.
No, it will be so. It will be
so hard on the governors right now.
The administrations are still very fresh.
But they have not. That's the part. They haven't actually said a lot. Because yes, in as much as majority of us don't even know, so many people don't even care about the allocation, but they just want their state governors to say something. And I've been saying it of the Muja. We always look at the president. I think the state governors also, they are one of the issues that we have, because if we get our states very, very well, if we get our state working, Abuja's problem will not be that much.
All right, I'll come up to have a conclusory angle of that, your opinion. But remember, the protest of a thing concerning hiking food commodities and shortage of food in the country started in Minna and Niger State. It's been spreading. Yesterday was in Oyo State. And after that protest, a few persons were arrested, but the government of Niger State came up to say, no, we've sent information to the agency involved, and they got those people released. We have our correspondent in Minna at the moment, Kingsley Onwuka, to take us through the development between then and now. Are there interventions? Have you been able to find out, Kingsley? Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Ben.
How are you doing in Minna?
Good morning.
Minna is peaceful. Minna is fine.
No protest, no agitation over hike in food prices.
Okay, and what led to that protest in Minna? Before the protest, food prices in Minna have been high because coming to Minna, I came through Abuja, and the vehicle that brought me to Minna. When we got to Minna, I didn't even see any pineapple. I didn't see any pawpaw at the vehicle. But when we got to Mina, I saw driver, he was bringing out pineapple, was bringing out pawpaw. I now asked the driver, these things, are they not cheap in Mina? Why would the person spend that amount transporting that thing from Abuja to Mina? The driver just told you that food price in Mina is very expensive, that I would be surprised that this person will sell this thing times 3 of what he bought it from Abuja. So aside that, Mina people, they are experiencing bad road. There is a lot of bad road. Yes, the government is working and there is a lot of road construction that is going on in the state. But this bad road is like the major road that leads you out of Mina, inside Mina. So this is what the people are facing, and the food price in Mina is not friendly. Yes, it's a northern state. We believe that food is supposed to be cheap in the north, but coming to Mina is not like that. They have been crying for the past, let me say, up to 5 years now, and reaching out to the CPS, to the governor, following the protest. That is Mr. Abraham. He said it's not like a state government thing. It has to do with the federal.
Considering, have you visited any market at Mina there to buy anything for yourself? What's the condition of things? Let's say the basic things we use, yam, we have pepper, we have tomato,
onion,
gari as well. Can you tell us things around these commodities over there?
Okay, I was in Kure Market yesterday.
Did you go there alone?
Like when yes, I went alone. So a basket of onions that is supposed to be cheap around 1.8, 1.6. Okay. I'm seeing it to 3,200 here in this market. So this is what people are experiencing in Mina. Because I know if you go to Kogi, you go to Jos, you go to other northern parts, you will see that basket of tomato for 1.8 or 1.6. But in Mina, yeah, it's 3,002. So if the people have been experiencing the price inflation for the past 5 years. I think bad road, the food is not even coming into the town, and then what leads to that protest is they just want to experience the cry they have been crying for years, and they think this is the right time to it, because the way the government and things is going on is not favoring them, in the sense that things keep increasing. If I shock you, I ate in a local a local restaurant yesterday, and I ate ordinary egusi soup for 3,002. So
a plate.
Did you say a plate, or you bought for somebody as well? Did you eat alone?
I ate a local place where you, just like when you go to Umaya, you see where they're selling food of 500 or 700. I ate there for 3,000 yesterday, and I was shocked.
With plenty meat and fish now.
I just ate egusi with a normal meat of 3,002. It's not even like a fancy restaurant, or it's like an eatery. This is just like a local place. People go there to pick food and eat. So
it's
this is like
now.
The situation people are experiencing in Mina. And secondly, there is a federal school in Mina. Students are also crying the same cry. People are crying.
All right, Kingsley Onwuka, correspondent down
You need
there,
to leave Mina now. Leave Mina now.
In Mina, Niger State. Thank you very much for this update. We actually appreciate.
Thank you, Moses Ben.
All right, Sam, that's the situation of things
it's scary
at
there.
the moment.
Whoa, 3,000 naira. No. I think it's difficult there. They need what's it? State of emergency.
State of emergency.
That's what they need now.
It's quite bad. Let me use the simple word there. But going back to what we were establishing before we leave the studio right now, because we are leaving the studio right away. Do you see this government, Abia State government, saying that we have been receiving allocation beyond what we've been receiving? We can wade into this issue.
Definitely. That's, if Alex is actually here to do better, as we believe. So he needs to explain so many things. And those working with him should come up. We need more explanations.
All right. Thank you so much, Sam. We spoke with Kingsley Onwuka not quite long. This is Abia 360. We expect the government to retract its step and then salvage the current situation in Abia State. Let us do this again next week, Tuesday at 10 a.m. Until then, keep doing your best so that we have the new Abia. My name is Moses Ben. Good morning.
our own pride. From Abia North down to Abia Central and to Abia South, we all live as people in God's own state. Despite our political and ethnic affiliations, we must continue to build our state. Abia 360 brings you up to speed with the political, economic, cultural, infrastructure,